Welcome to Soltron. Today I'm just going to do like a little update on this tidal wave project I've been working on before I put them back on the shelf. So here's the vehicle modes. And then you can see like the destroyers coming along pretty good. Everything pegs together pretty well now. So it's pretty solid. I could actually pick it up. It's not going to flop around. So a lot of what I worked on was actually stability and just getting like the base color of paint. You can see here's his size. And then here's I don't even know what this vehicle is. This is always like the weird looking vehicle out of the three. This is like a hovercraft kind of thing. And then I put like these panels here. They're the kind of like a submarine tower. And then you can see like on the back we got like the little hover jets just to give it like more hovercraft kind of vibes. And it's got like this tubing here. So I think it kind of works as a hovercraft. We can open these up and there's theoretically storage for something could probably fit in there. Oh yeah, and then these like panels also open up. So like figures can hang out in there. And then the aircraft carrier, which is probably one of the more cohesive looking figures. It's got a huge gap in the back that probably still needs to be dealt with. But everything here looks pretty good. It's a pretty solid aircraft carrier. And here's how they look with like some different vehicle sizes. So like a deluxe vehicle doesn't look terribly out of place on the hovercraft. Could fit maybe a couple, maybe a few, like side to side. You could probably fit Menosaur's whole team. And then what is this, a scout class? I forget what these are called. It fits okay, but of course like the best looking figures are going to be the Minicons. I think look pretty decent on this. It's not quite the right scale, but it's pretty close. And then you like Titan class kind of figures, the Pretenders. Doesn't scale so well with this. You'd have to have more the headmasters would work better. And here's how like the little plastic planes that actually came with this vehicle set actually scales. So you can see that the Minicon's pretty close, maybe about twice the size. And you can see what that would look like here. This would be a pretty gigantic hovercraft battleship. It's pretty cool. So let's go on to the next mode. All right, here we are in the next mode. This is the combined vehicle mode. It doesn't fit on my table. So you can see the big difference is now I finally added the wings. So it definitely gives it more of a ship looking vibe. It definitely changes the look of it quite a bit. And you can see it's kind of cohesive. There's things that still need to be worked out. Like I want these struts to connect to this ship just to make everything nice and solid and lock all the parts together. But you can see I really like these wings and the turbines for the hovercraft now face forward. I think it gives it a very lug nut vibe, which I really enjoy. But yeah, I think he turned out really cool. He's thrusters in the back. Yeah, this is actually the first time I've transformed him with the wings attached. So this is actually a pretty good feeling. And then these decks kind of like lengthen out. So now there's more play area. All right, and then let's load a few figures on here just to get an idea of how everything looks. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of myself on this one. All right, and here he is all transformed up, looking pretty good, I would say. And if we look down, here he is with all the different size classes. Get to ground level so we can just really appreciate this size. So yeah, he's definitely Titan size. I would say at this point this guy's 2/3 of the way done. He looks like he's getting pretty close to finish, but there's still some tweaks I want to make, some things I need to adjust. Just it would be nice if transforming him wasn't such a long, hassleful pain. But here is like how he would scale with an airplane. So that's pretty awesome. So you could definitely get the idea that he's kind of like city-sized. But yeah, I think he turned out pretty great. I made some adjustments, so now his head can transform without parts forming. So the whole thing transforms without parts forming. The only thing I do have to do is I have to remove one of his missile launcher ears. So there is like one tiny bit of parts forming. You should also notice that I improved his thumbs from the arc mode, so his fist actually looks like a fist now. I have no idea why they put the thumb like in the middle of his palm. It should be on the outside, obviously. So I think his hands look better, and then he's got a ball jointed thumb. So hopefully that'll help him hold things later for when I make his weapon. Let's see if we just continue going around. I added these panels just to cover up like the gaps that were here, so this just looks a lot cleaner now. And then I carved off some of this plastic just to like clean up his silhouette, make him look a lot better. And then I think the new knees look really good on him, help fill him out a little bit. And then I added these panels to the side of his feet to fill those areas out. So a lot of what I did was adding panels just to start filling him out and make him look a little less gappy, more cohesive. And I think that paid off a lot. And then these panels kind of just hang out here. They're just like flopping around. I really don't like how there's this huge rod right here. I might have to make some adjustments there for next time too. And then you can see I just basically put the base coat paint on, and then on the back I did no painting. So you can see just the ugly original colors. I think I'm definitely going to use purple for the bottoms of the ships, just to kind of bring them together, and then purple for the thighs, of course, purple for the feet. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to use green or not. Maybe I'll just use it as an accent color. And then you can see like how his ankles and yeah, basically his ankle pivots kind of work, which is a real pain for this figure. So I used kind of like this double joint system, and surprisingly he holds up, even though there's only 8 of these ball joints basically holding all of his weight. And then again, this is not really pegged into place yet. I'll figure that out later. But I like how clean his back is. And then like the thing I really want to fix on this guy is I really hate these ball joints that connect to these ball joints. On the original figure, they're just like ratcheted joints. I wish I could find a way to do that with this guy, but I just don't think it's going to be possible to make ratchet joints that are that enormous from scratch. But yeah, I think he cleans up very nicely. I also want to point out like these little panels for the aircraft carrier now clip into place. They peg in here, which I'm very proud of, because these are actually joints for when the 2 aircraft carrier have sandwiched together. That's what holds it together. Oh yeah, and I also want to point out, I forgot to do this during the vehicle mode, but these stands are now here in place. So when he's in his combined vehicle mode, I could actually maybe get like a flight mode going with these stands once they're all deployed. And then maybe the aircraft carrier is going to need some stands too to hold it up. But hopefully in the final version, you'll see that. And then, yeah, I think that's really about it. So I think pretty good update. Last thing I do want to talk about is this is just a rough base coat of paint. So there's definitely like missing splotches of paint here and there. You can't really see unless you like really zoom in and get a good look at it. But a lot of this paint of plastic is very cheap, non-Hasbro plastic. So this paint will just scrape right off. So I actually have to repaint this, like especially these shins. This is all just cheap plastic. It's just going to come right off. So I'm going to have to spray this with adhesion promoter and really give it a base coat. But this is just to give me an idea of what he would look like if he was consistently painted. And I think, I don't really care much about painting, but I think the paint job really does make a difference in this case. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that tour of my progress. And then hopefully in the next video of this guy, he'll be totally done and painted up.